The Harper contains foul language and adult material. If you are easily offended and thin-skinned, you should hit the stop button now. And if you are not a complete idiot, let's get this party started.
Hike up your motherfucking panties.
And pull them to the side.
This is the Harper.
Fuck you. No bullshit.
Welcome to the Harper, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jake, as with me always my sidekick Adam.
That's right.
Saying what's up and good evening, or good day, or whatever time of day you're listening to us.
Let's do this.
So, like we like to start our show with, we're going to let Adam start with our public service announcement about the show.
Let's roll. All right, so, we've been adding some videos to YouTube. So please, stop by YouTube. Just search for The Harper, and you'll find us. Early in our little podcasting career, that was kind of hard to find. But with the more clicks and all that good jazz, rocking and rolling. So subscribe and comment, please. Like I said last time, or the time or two before, I don't think we've had any comments yet, but that's all right. We'll get some. We'll get there. But we are getting quite a few more views.
We are.
Which is great.
We're growing a little bit.
I mean,
people are enjoying the show a little more, I think.
Anybody can stop by and see how many views we're getting. It's not retarded, but when you're used to no views or one view, 20 or 25 is great.
Sure.
Also, you can find everything in one collective little group at theharperguys.com. Follow there and subscribe as well. That is hosted by Podbean. And last but not least, you can also find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio.
It's about damn time.
Yeah. And that took the last time, which was the third time I tried, because they don't have real good correspondence.
Yeah.
So I pushed the envelope a little bit, and then, a few days later, they're like, hey, come on in.
It's about damn time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
For fucking A, sure. I got a couple shout-outs for tonight. Is that all right?
Yeah. Let it rip.
So there's another podcast. I'm about 6 shows in now. They got a shitload more than that. We haven't plugged a podcast in a while. I think that we're getting to a point where our tolerance for shitty podcasts is getting to be less and less.
Whoa.
So when I find one that I listen to...
You sure you want to go there?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm getting a lower tolerance for shitty podcasts. But at the same time, thank you for sucking some of these shitty podcasts, because I feel like it is making us better. So that being said, I've actually been listening to a podcast that, way to go, getting my attention. It's called Anyways, How's Your Sex Life? Which makes it sound like it's going to be, a little risque,
A lot risque.
So it's more just like the punch in your face to get your attention.
Not a donkey punch.
I would certainly hope it wasn't a donkey punch. But no, their entire show is based on serial killers, murders, things like that. But they do a very good job of putting the whole thing out there. You'll laugh a little bit. Some of it's a little bit serious. It's a really, really good show. So definitely have to check that out.
Right on.
So anyway, how's your sex life? Right. And then the other shout out, which I'm shocked. I'll give you one more. You sure is that there's nobody that over the last week has had any contact with us that we feel like we should make a shout out to?
I think there is, but I think we should save it. Save yourself, Jake.
What are we saving it for?
Well, we got a live show after this.
All right, we'll put it out there.
I think we should save it for the live show. So we're going to keep you in suspense a week later.
Right. So if you're just not here, let's go back to episode 36.
36.
And give it a listen and see what we're talking about. So, okay, you button hooked me.
But
I like
regardless, thank you for joining us on episode 37.
Yes.
This episode is going to revolve around comedians, comedies, and whatnot.
Sure.
We're going to throw a little bit of the hop in there. We're also going to throw a little bit of the gallows pole.
We do. So that's going to lead me to my first question for you then.
Let's roll.
I mean, when it comes to comedy, everybody's got their own flavor. And you might like 37 different flavors, but there are certain flavors that you don't like. So when it comes to particular people and their styles, give me 3 or 4 or 5 that you really like, people that are comedy. And this could be stand-up or people that are movie comedians. Because those are starkly different contrasts, even though you can be both. There are a lot of people that have done both, But a lot of times it's one or the other.
Well, I also find in my comedy watching ways or whatever you want to call it that I also have to be in a mood. I don't know. It's not like every time I sit down and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a funny fucking movie. And then I'm like, an hour in and I'm like, I have not laughed once. I chuckled once. So I don't know. I could come back to that movie maybe 6 months later. Maybe the brew is flowing a little bit more. Maybe I'm just in a better mood. I don't know. But I think in my experience that sometimes it depends what mood you're in. There's other movies that just will make you belly laugh, I think, regardless. But there's those ones that walk the fine line of comedies that should be funny.
Yeah.
That maybe you find them. I mean, have you ever sat there, any movies you can recall, that you've just sat there and been like, I thought this was going to be a funny movie?
I'm sure there's been a whole bunch of them that I've sat there and thought that was going to be hilarious, and then it wasn't. Melissa McCarthy, pretty much all of her movies, I feel like when you watch the preview, you've seen every fucking funny part of the movie, and by the end, it's just sad and you feel bad for the fat girl.
That should be, let's just do a little baby harp. That is the worst thing that any movie, I don't know what you want to call it, producer, director, can leak all the funny parts.
Right.
But maybe they don't do it as much, but forever they did it it was like, oh, I saw everything already.
Right. Or how do you like when they put the funny line out there that somehow didn't make the movie cut?
That's the worst part.
Is that the worst when you're waiting for this? Like, I can't wait to see what that line revolved around, and then it never happens.
I've experienced that. Don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But I've experienced that.
I'm glad it's not just me.
No. And you're kind of like, what? I mean, what was the editor thinking, or what was the director thinking?
Exactly. I don't know.
I don't know who's in control of the preview cut.
Yeah.
Or the trailer cut, I guess it's professionally called.
Yeah.
But you think in the mix somewhere you wouldn't put something in the trailer that's not in the movie.
Yeah. So I think in an effort to keep things kind of lined up together. So what you kind of have, I think we're getting a little too far down. I don't want to go too far into the movie realm yet, but like when you throw a film on, you have one of two. You either have an opening act, which is something where you got to be lubed up, warmed up, having a good day, let's laugh at something and have a great time, versus that thing that you can throw on after you had a shit day at work, you got yelled at on the phone on the way home, the house was a fucking mess when you got there, you got an hour before the fucking rain starts coming and you have to get the yard mowed, but it's 93 degrees outside and you don't want to fucking do it. That moment when you fucking sit down and put that on and within 6 minutes you're fucking rolling.
Yeah.
Like that is a it's not an opening act, it's the main act. Like that's the center stage. There's a huge.
That's what we bought our fucking tickets for.
So tell me about some people that you like or that you don't like.
Well,
in the world of stand-up. Like, let's just go with stand-up first. Tell me some stand-up comedians that you genuinely like, and give me a couple that you don't like. We'll kind of pick through it.
I'm going to go with some stand-ups, the two that I've seen that are my favorite.
Okay.
And that is, I thought it's Stephen Wright and George Carlin. I've seen both of those guys live.
What I know Stephen Wright from being in anything?
He's always the stoned guy, usually.
Can you give me more? Can you give me a movie or anything that I would know him from? Or was he on a show?
So you don't know who Stephen Wright is?
Not off the top of my head. I'm trying to make sure that I'm...
Okay, he's the very monotone guy that's always talking like this. Matter of fact, he was one of the voices on the Emoji Movie. He was the dad on the Emoji Movie. The meh. He was meh.
What's his name?
Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright.
I think he's got a little afro, or at least he used to sport the little white man afro.
Let's see what Google has to say on the subject.
Yeah, Stephen Wright. He's funny. Very monotone, and he doesn't get very excited. And he's got, pardon me, Stephen, for impersonating you horribly, but funny guy.
Oh, he was in The Crying Game.
I don't know, maybe. I believe he was also in, what was that movie with Dave Chappelle? In the early days.
Yeah, he was the dude on the couch.
Yes.
Oh, in Half Baked.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Really? You're a big fan of his work, huh?
Well, I mean, I haven't followed Stephen Wright for a while.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I was like, this dude is fucking funny.
Really?
And not to give away too much from his stand-up show, which I'm sure has changed in 15 years.
Yeah.
But he did this one sketch where, on stage skit, I'll call it, where he was talking about being in it's one of his first apartments, and he's talking about, you ever been in one of those old places where it's like hot water over here, cold water over there, and you the two different knobs, two different spigots?
Sure.
And then he said, and then he goes, "You never believe it, but my shower was like that." And the thing about Stephen Wright is he talks so slow, and it's kind of like everything's in slow motion. So then all of a sudden on stage, he's like, "Yeah, man. So then I had to take a shower like this." He's like flying back and forth, like, hot water, cold water, hot water, and it's shit like that. It's timing. It's funny, good shit. But George Carlin, in my mind, he's one of the masters.
I got him on the list.
That guy, we saw him live, and that guy, I don't know, I think he actually aims, which I guess wouldn't be funny, but he aims to get under the skin of every single person. He touches all the different categories of life between cancer, suicide, homosexuality, whatever.
Yeah.
And because everybody's been affected or touched by some of that, usually. And it's funny though.
Sure.
Yeah, I like it.
I love him. He was definitely one of the people that made my list.
Plus, he's raw as fuck.
Very high up, and I actually was thinking about it earlier in the hustle and bustle of the day. I didn't get it wrote down, but the 7 things you can't say on TV, I was trying to remember what they were, and I'm sure that somebody right now just rattled them all off just that quick. I know that it's cunt, cocksucker, fuck. There's like 7 things, and he's got a whole bit about it, and it's one of the first things that I saw him do that I was like, there's a real intellectual hiding inside of the incredibly funny person that he was a highly intelligent person, to where I knew that I would not make, at least at that age. I mean, I was probably 16 when I heard it for the first time. Sorry, Mom, I was listening to that shit when I was 16, but that was when I remember the first time I was like, holy cow. And then as you listen to more of him, one time he made a comment and I was like, how offensive is that? But then I was like, man, that's true. He's like, if you got brown people, we're going to bomb you. It's like, well, that's true, because every fucking country we've ever bombed has had brown people in it. So
thing about George Carlin too is he could rattle off shit, and I mean, it wasn't like a 1 or 2 or 3 minute thing. It was like he was going on for 15 minutes, and you could tell it's pure memorization.
Oh yeah, that he just goes through it and goes through it and goes through it.
I'm like, God, I don't know if I get through 5 minutes of that.
Sure. So I got a bunch of people that I really, really like, and they're kind of for some.
Have you seen any of these live?
Yes.
Okay.
I have. Just a couple of them. And one of them I would have never put on my fucking list if I hadn't seen him live. But I'll get to him in a minute.
Okay.
Probably my number one. I've seen him live twice. He did 2 different sets, which was great. I was kind of concerned because it was within about a year. He had a new hour that was out. Ron White is fucking hilarious.
I love Ron White.
I like his delivery. I like the speed that he comes at you with. His energy is kind of like, I feel like he's every one of us at the end of a 5-day work week. You know what I mean?
Or even 8-hour
right.
work day.
Right. He's either going to roll one up or he's going to have a fucking cigar to go with this fucking scotch. And he's going to sit back and enjoy it. And both times I was at his show, I didn't feel like I was having to stay right in there. Like sometimes, like you said, Carlin, he'll get talking really fast. And like, you're like, you got to stay focused.
Right.
Ron White, you can crack a beer, sit back, relax, have a good time. Definitely love me some Ron White.
No, he's good. He's good. Big fan of Ron White, for sure. Never saw him live, but, well, most of these guys I've never seen live, but still.
Yeah.
He's on my top 5.
Chris Rock. I love his live stuff. I mean, he's been good in the movies.
Was it Raw? Chris Rock Raw? No, that was Eddie Murphy. Sorry.
Don't get ahead of me.
Sorry.
Don't get ahead of me. Don't go too far.
What was Chris Rock's big one?
What was the name of it?
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody else is yelling at the thing now.
He's like, you just said Chris Rock's Raw? What are you?
Well, at least I knew that. Like, that's one of the all-time great.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Yeah,
2 or 3.
I knew that.
I forget what the name of Chris Rock's big one was. But, dude, when he was talking about people that can't afford, like, nice places to live and stuff like that, but they got, like, the spinner wheels on their car, showing off for their friends.
Oh, my God. That's the truth.
It's a great...
How many people do you know that live in the shadiest part of town, but they got a fucking pack of cigarettes and the nicest cell phone?
I remember that from when we were young in our 20s. Like, some of us were buying beer and drinking it, other people were putting fucking shitloads of money into their vehicles. And it was like, whoa, what the fuck, dude? You still live in your mom's trailer, But I love Chris Rock's stand-up. He's another guy that, to me, his timing is awesome. One thing that sometimes that I don't like about him, is when he starts to go like this and all the time, and it's staccato, and like it's just like, dude, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Like a little much on the staccato.
I think he's pulling that back from the old days that's probably his mama talking or his dad talking, one of them.
Yeah. Love Bernie Mac. I know, God rest his soul. I
haven't been exposed to a whole lot of Bernie Mac. But
if you get a chance, hop on YouTube or something like that. See if you can find a little bit of Bernie Mac stand up. Holy shit, he is funny, and it's just like he always seems like he's the dad that's telling you what you fucked up on,
right,
and the ways to fix it.
Yep.
But it's hilarious in the way he does it.
All right, I got one.
Yeah.
Now, before Jake and I started this podcast, we had one podcast kind of tunnel that we focused on. And we're like, okay, well, Joe Rogan is the guy we're going to, I mean, obviously we're not Joe Rogan by any stretch of the means, but hey, if you want to base anything off of something, you might as well look at one of the best and base your shit off that as much as possible.
In the world of podcasts.
Yeah, in the world of podcasting. So, but in the meantime, while Jake and I were talking about starting a podcast, we also talked about Joe Rogan as the comedian. And on many occasions, we're like, this guy cannot be funny. I mean, I don't know how many times we talked about it and never watched him. Mm-hmm. And back and forth, we're like, I don't know. It had to be at least 5 times. We're like, I don't know. This guy could not be. The people that come on his shows, they're funny.
Hilarious.
And Joe is okay funny, but then on his podcast shows, he'll throw out some stuff that's just like, why are you saying that? It's not, you're trying to be funny. And then one day I finally popped it up on YouTube, Joe Rogan, whatever, and I'm not kidding you, dude. I was crying laughing.
Really?
Yes. He was fucking hilarious.
Man, I had the opposite effect.
Really?
Yes.
So he's on the no good list. I liked it.
No, he had a special called Triggered, man, and I love Joe Rogan. I mean, from discussing starting our show how much I talked about Joe Rogan, and even to this day, he has people that are left-wing, right-wing, scientists, comedians, it doesn't matter, like all walks of life,
right.
Which I think that in some ways we have a little bit of that mold to us, maybe not quite to the same liberal position that he has, but that's okay. But man, I watched Triggered and I forced myself to get through it, and it was fucking rough.
How old was it?
It dude, like a year, like
okay,
2 year and a half.
That might have been the one I watched.
To where he was talking about the Kardashians at the end, talking about Bruce. Like he went through this like 15-minute thing, And spoiler alert: if you haven't seen Triggered yet, just hit mute for a minute. Sorry, but right? I don't think that was good. But he gets to the very end of this whole huge long thing about Bruce Jenner converting over, and it was ridiculous. Kind of like I'm droning on right now is one of these things.
Yeah.
But for 15 minutes straight, and then he was like, "Well, if you spend enough time with a bunch of crazy bitches, eventually you become one."
That might have been.
That's funny.
That is funny.
That's not 15 minutes worth of funny though.
So you're saying his lead-in was a little bit too long?
It wasn't a little bit too long. It was an hour too long.
Well,
I went, like at the end of it.
So does he get that's wrong?
Just for me, I'll just say that he is not my cup of tea when it comes to stand-up comedy.
Well,
but that also goes to show that even what is one of somebody's main things in life, you don't have to love how they do that or that about them, but you can still have a great appreciation for who they are, the influence that they have.
Yeah.
He's always trying to help other people, bring them up to where I love him as a commentator in the UFC. I feel like I sit there and like there's things I scream at the television and like boom, Joe Rogan's saying it,
right?
Like as I'm thinking it, to where
I
think he's fantastic, just not my cup of tea.
For me, I thought he was funny, and I was actually pleasantly surprised.
Yeah,
that I was like, I can laugh at Joe Rogan's jokes. That's pretty good. I was surprised.
Do you like Cat Williams?
I don't know.
Oh man, the Pimp Chronicles. See, just the name is great. It's there's a hilarious moment. He sits down and at the beginning of one, rolls up a doobie and smokes it with Snoop. Then he gets out of the limo and goes on stage and fucking hilarious, man. You got to. I don't know if you watch much Cat Williams.
I haven't. Maybe that's why. Really don't have a true opinion.
He is 5 foot tall and hilarious. Which brings me to I kind of have like for me. Well, let me one more that kind of an old school. Do you have any old school guys that you like?
They count.
Okay,
absolutely.
Have you ever seen any of Billy Crystal's old school stuff?
Yes.
like I know that he got started with his Muhammad Ali impersonation,
Right.
and like that's really how he got his start. Somebody saw him do it. They invited him down to the New York Athletic Club. He did it down there, and then he took off from there into all different things. But I've seen several different things of his that are older, hilarious.
His impersonations are great.
Right. I wish he hadn't raped anybody because Bill Cosby's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Bill Cosby's on my hate list now. I'm sorry. How can you have the guy on your happy list?
As a human, yeah, fuck that guy. But
listen, as he was doing all that great stand up and everybody loved him and he was on top of the world, but he was doing this all this
But
shit.
you didn't know he was raping people.
But we do now.
Well, we do now. I'm just saying.
Fuck you, old Bill Cosby.
Time. Like everybody else that has a Bill Cosby, everybody has a Bill Cosby impersonation. That's how you know how big of a character you are.
The guy was great until he got caught raping girls.
Right.
So, another person on my hate list, Woody Allen. Has the guy ever been funny?
No. The funniest thing about him is that he got married to his Korean stepdaughter and had a baby with her. Like that's the funniest thing about that guy.
I've seen this guy on like maybe spots of 2 films because I don't watch his movies.
I've tried.
And every time it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
No.
He's fucking dog shit.
All right. Gary Shandling. Did you ever find that guy funny?
Actually, I love Gary Shandling.
Okay. I don't know. It's just his delivery. I'm just like, okay, I can go to sleep now.
Yeah. But he was like a little bit more refined Dennis Miller. Like I didn't
Now, was Dennis Miller the poor man's Gary Shandling, or was Gary Shandling the poor man's Dennis Miller?
I would say the fact that Dennis Miller made it all the way to Monday Night Football would probably say that Gary Shandling, even though he had the Gary Shandling show on HBO, I would still say that you have to put Dennis Miller ahead of him.
Every time Gary Shandling talked, looked like somebody was pinching his balls. It's a pain.
Yeah. I mean, but is it worse than anything that's ever came out of fucking Gilbert Gottfried's mouth? I mean, seriously, I cannot fucking stand that guy.
Gilbert Gottfried could probably be Gary Shandling's like cousin.
Oh man,
honestly,
I cannot fucking handle Gilbert Gottfried. No. Definitely on my fucking dog shit list.
All right, so back up to the top. Chevy Chase, Steve Martin,
and Chevy Chase. I have never seen Chevy Chase do stand up though.
Okay.
Did he used to do it?
We're rolling into the comedian.
Oh, okay. I loved his Saturday Night Live. He was hilarious. Like him and Richard Pryor have a hilarious Saturday Night Live skit about.
Richard Pryor was on Saturday Night Live.
I don't know if he was hosting, but
he must have been.
If you look it up, I don't want to give the whole thing away. It's fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Chevy Chase works for a railroad company, and he's interviewing Richard Pryor for a job with the railroad company. That's all I'm going to tell you. So
that's funny enough.
If you just look up Chevy Chase interviews Richard Pryor, it will come up. Fucking gold, man.
So on every list that I looked up for, comedians, number 1 was always Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor is fucking awesome.
He is.
Have you got to see any of his?
A little bit.
Filthy as hell.
I used to. I mean, back in the day, I think my buddy Matt had some Richard Pryor stuff, and we would sneak and watch it because it was fucking filthy, like you said.
Yeah.
But it's been forever, so I should probably YouTube some stuff and like just get a little taste.
Yeah. What's the movie that he was in? With Jackie Gleason. It was back in the early 80s, and the kid was a rich kid, and he made him laugh in a store, so he paid him $50,000 to come live with him for a week for his birthday. The Toy is the name of the movie.
Yes,
The Toy.
Yes.
Dude, every time I see that movie, I crack the fuck up at Richard Pryor. Because it's one of the few things that's left that like was kind of mainstream about him.
Right.
Yeah.
$50,000.
That's what it was to pay off his house back in like 1982 in the movie, which is funny to me now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Richard Pryor. I had him up in my top few list. You already mentioned Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Dude, Eddie Murphy. If there was a Mount Rushmore, that's 2 of the 4 spots. I think
Pryor and Murphy.
I think those would be locked up on the Mount Rushmore of comedy.
Yeah.
I mean.
Okay, so we got Pryor and Murphy. I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll wait a second for 3 and 4.
I think that 3 and 4 would really need to be talked through a little bit. Okay, so like there's a guy that I love. He has a show which I laugh my ass off at his show. The women in my life don't get it, so I have to watch it when they're at home. Fucking Tosh.0. Daniel Tosh is fucking incredibly hilarious.
I haven't seen him.
Dude, if you even just get on YouTube, You can get it in chunks, or I think they have 3 of his specials that you can watch the whole thing on YouTube.
This is where we need like the side view, where we can like put a little bubble out here, and then we can throw a little bit of. Well, we'll get there.
He's so offensive, and I mean to everybody. I mean to literally everybody.
So he's stealing a little bit of George Carlin.
Yeah, but he's a little bit different on his delivery. George Carlin is offensive, like in the Archie Bunker type of way.
I don't know. He would, like I said,
Daniel
you saw
Tosh
him
is slick.
live. If you saw him live, like anything you've seen of George Carlin on TV,
Yeah,
no.
Daniel Tosh is slick.
Okay.
Like he'll have you leading right along, and then he'll just be like, "Pap!" Just a little rabbit punch, like to the face that you didn't see it coming. It's like, whoa, fucking hilarious. Now
All right, I have to check it out.
Now, one strike against him, which keeps him way off of Mount Rushmore. I don't even know if he can get into the fucking Dakotas with this. Is I do not like when comedians try to be funny by fucking getting naked. It's not funny.
Why is he getting naked?
I don't, dude. He does it all the time on his fucking show.
He thinks it's funny?
To where like he'll just have his shit bleeped out. Or do you remember? Was it one year on the Grammys? I mean, on the Emmys, that Andy Dick just fucking stripped down, fucking naked, and went running off stage.
We worked with a gal whose husband used to do this all the time.
Oh my god.
Shall remain nameless, but that's weird.
Yeah, I was at a bonfire with that dude one time. And he actually he took his twig and berries and fucking pushed them back in to where it looked like he had a straight up mangina.
Little Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, I was like, so I'm gonna go home because I don't really hang out at parties like this.
I'm gonna go home and call everybody here except for you and make fun of you.
Yeah. And then my friend whose house it was called me the next day and he was like, go fuck yourself. How did you fucking leave me? I'm like, I wasn't sticking around to see where this went after that. Like, sorry, I was totally good.
All right, see, we just rolled into
Silence of the Lambs. That's what we rolled into was Silence of the Lambs.
Hello, Clarice.
But Daniel Tosh would definitely be up there huge for me. You know, the third, I don't know, Kevin Hart, dude. Kevin Hart has got to be there.
I am 50-50 with Kevin Hart.
Man, he keeps it real. Like everything he talks about is always with real shit that we all deal with in life. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think Kevin Hart is funny.
yeah.
But there's also been moments where I'm like, this is wasting my motherfucking time.
So you don't think he deserves any consideration for the Rushmore?
Not yet. Maybe in the future.
Now, look, I got another one for you. Another candidate who, one of my all-time favorite funny fucking people, is Bill fucking Murray.
Bill Murray.
I fucking love Bill Murray. From Caddyshack all the way through.
Who's funnier, Bill Murray or Chevy Chase?
Depends on what they're doing.
They could almost be the same guy.
No. They're completely different. I mean, all you have to do is watch Caddyshack to know how different those two people are. Like, they're night and day. I don't know. It'd be close though.
I got a good one for you.
All right.
Rodney fucking Dangerfield.
Nah, fuck that guy. He just
Are
fucking,
you kidding me?
I fucking hate Rodney Dangerfield. I hate him so fucking bad. I don't even know why they ever let him into Bushwood.
I think Rodney Dangerfield is fucking funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't fucking stand him.
See, when I see comedy, I get into reactions and I don't know. His mannerisms and everything makes me fucking laugh hard.
What about the Dice? Dude, there was a hot minute for back in like the early 90s when like
I knew them all.
Like literally Andrew Dice
I knew them all.
Andrew Dice Clay and Eddie Murphy were like it for a couple years to where like they were indisputable number 1 and number 2 of fucking your life up with funny shit.
Ah, that was good. Hickory dickory dock.
Yeah.
This bitch was sucking my cock. Anyways, yeah, it was good shit. We knew them all. Andrew Dice Clay, like you said, for that hot minute, he owned the world.
Right. I mean, I feel like he was the Vanilla Ice of comedians. Like, he struck hard and he struck big and he left an everlasting mark.
That would be more like MC Hammer. Of course, maybe Andrew Dice still has his money.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Hammer had more than one hit?
Hammer hurt him, and then he got hurt.
It was Hammer Don't Hurt Him.
Yeah,
Hammer Don't Hurt Him.
Yeah, well, he got hurt.
He did. He went
It's
broke.
called minimize the size of your entourage.
Well, that's true, but you can only wear so many articles of clothing, and he actually has one named after him, so...
Which is what?
Hammer Pants?
Listen, no one's buying Hammer Pants.
Bullshit, Hammer Pants are coming back.
Okay, they may have came back, but they went away at one point.
Well, everything went away at one point. I'm just fucking saying. Don't you be hating on hammer pants.
I mean, I'd much rather have ballroom pants.
Ballroom pants? You going ballroom pantsing? Is that what you're doing?
No.
Easy, man.
Sorry.
Ball hair?
I make myself laugh.
No.
Pardon me.
Couple other people. Huge Andy Kaufman. I know we've talked about him on the show before. I love Andy Kaufman. That dude's fucking funny as hell. Doesn't matter what he's doing. It doesn't fucking matter what he's doing. Even if he's not trying to be fucking funny, he's fucking funny.
I'm going to disagree.
That's dumb. That's just dumb.
Because everything that I've seen of Andy Kaufman, except for Taxi, it's been like, okay, it's uncomfortable funny. I don't get it.
Are you like a quarter Canadian? Like, I don't understand what's going on with you.
No, I don't understand Andy Kaufman's, and especially all that bullshit that he went through with the wrestler and all that. That was not even funny.
With Jerry Lawler?
That's not funny. It's
not
stupid.
funny to you now. You got to put it into context. Jerry Lawler was the king of professional wrestling back then, and this loudmouth asshole comedian is fucking pushing his buttons and trying to fucking get him to fuck with him.
But it was all a farce because it's wrestling.
Wrestling is still real.
I don't know.
If you look at the injuries and shit, there's a lot of dudes that get fucked up in wrestling.
Andy Kaufman,
you're talking about the heyday of professional wrestling.
Listen, okay, well, let's even forget about that.
Okay, well,
you go to Saturday Night Live with Andy Kaufman
and
a record player. Okay, it was like the stupidest funny ever. I mean, the guy was so talented, and this is what he chose to do.
I was laughing my ass off watching that. I could watch that Mighty
The
Mouse.
first time, it was hilarious. The second time, I'm like, okay,
well,
really?
It was fucking live on Saturday Night Live, man.
I would hope so.
All right. If we're gonna start the hate fucking train, can I just start hating some fucking people then?
Yeah.
You got some more love? You gonna give some more window love?
Dave Chappelle. Boom.
You know what? I actually have to say, between his stand-up and his prowess on in movies and television, that dude's definitely going on my Rushmore.
Let's do it.
I
Because
definitely put Chappelle up
the
there.
Dave Chappelle show alone was one of the funniest, and that wasn't even stand-up.
Jesus.
That was one of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
If you take every skit show in the history of skit shows put together, he has the #1 skit of all fucking time.
Which one is it?
You just start laughing. Everybody starts laughing. You're laughing right now. Listen to me fucking bring up the fact
I want to
that
know
he has
if it's the same one.
It's the black-white supremacist.
Okay, that one was great.
No, there's nothing better. Dude, there is
No.
nothing better than that.
There isn't anything.
Do you remember the reason he left his wife at the end of the skit?
Because she was sleeping with a black guy.
Yeah, dude. But that ain't how they said it.
Now, the other one was when he was the milkman, and
all the kids?
And no, he would go deliver the milk to the white family, but their last name was the Enners.
I vaguely remember it.
Okay, I'm not gonna say
No, I get it.
I'm not gonna say the N word ever, but
we don't do that.
But the fact is, he would come up and he'd open the door and say, "What's up?" Enners and
neighbors.
Neighbors. We'll say neighbors. But to me, that was he puts the shit in your face.
Yeah.
And you have no other choice but to fucking laugh.
Dude, he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I love him. Half Baked was one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning to the end. I love it.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put two faces. We're gonna have to choose. I know who you're gonna pick.
Why are you gonna fucking ask?
Adam Sandler or Chris Farley?
Farley. Fuck, are you kidding me?
I loved Chris Farley. I love them both. But as far as I would put Adam Sandler only because I don't know. I think he's funny. Oh, I mean, we still got Will Ferrell. We didn't even talk about him.
But he's Saturday Night Live. We're not.
So what, dude? The dude is hilarious.
For me, he's coming up in the next segment, though. He's not in this segment for me because he did nothing.
But does he have a stand-up act?
I don't know if he does or not. I don't know if Chris Farley ever had a stand-up act. You're the one that brought these guys up. Like, this is part of my answers for the next part of the show.
They're fucking hilarious guys.
They are.
They're funny. I don't think that they have to be in front of a mic all by themselves to be funny. Adam Sandler is a stand-up comedian.
Okay, but he's a stand-up comedian, sure. But Adam Sandler, I could watch Chris Farley fall through the same table 11 fucking times and laugh harder than I would at whoopity-doo.
I don't know.
Like,
that's fucking funny shit.
No, it's not
to me,
fucking
it is.
funny. You're not cool unless you pee your pants. Like,
I'm the woo 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 water boy.
Now wait, I'll give you credit for the Waterboy. Like Waterboy is hilarious because of that character. You know what I mean? Like you could have put just about anybody in that age demographic that's like a real comedian in that character, and it would have been fucking funny.
Vicky Valancourt, my mama says you're the devil.
We do this all the time. You know, every time you hear somebody, how many of you are with us on this? Every time you hear somebody stutter that you know well enough to fuck with them, you go, mama said, because we all do it to people that we know when they get stuck on something.
I'm the water boy. Yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, there's, again, that movie's different because there's one-liners from that movie that last a fucking lifetime.
You can do it!
You know, somebody makes a great play. That's a high-performance athletic machine. You right?
That's a high quality H2O.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it happens all the time.
But come on, I mean, okay, you can save it for the next. But who's our fourth then? That's George Carlin.
Ah, man, I don't know. To me, I guess
wait, who did we put on there? Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
and
Chappelle for fucking sure.
Okay.
I mean, I think it might have. It might be Carlin. I don't know. To me, until we get further into the conversation as we keep talking, I don't know if I can.
Oh my God!
Did we forget
Sam Kinison?
Yeah, he didn't go on there though.
No.
See, I just did half of Sam Kinnison's act. The only thing.
Ow!
That's what I'm saying.
But okay, he doesn't go on Mount Rushmore, but the dude was fucking funny.
He was funny in small doses. He was that over-the-top cousin that, like, after the first 30 minutes, you're just like, fuck this.
What was his big tagline?
You just did it.
I know.
Like, that's
ow! But
see? Fuck. Send me to the Bryce Your Family reunion. I won't even fucking charge. I'll just have y'all laughing by yelling the whole fucking time.
Oh my God.
No. Hey, I do like Sam Kinison. I'm just saying, to me, he doesn't belong anywhere near where the top of this list is going to be. That's just me.
I mean, it would probably be in all rights Bill Cosby, but not anymore.
Yeah. Man, fucking Bill fucked it all up, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that fucked it all up, though. Let's be honest.
All right, so I got one more for hate.
Oh, no. Are we doing hate? Because I got a fucking hate pile we haven't even started.
Actually, I'm done with hate. You give me the hate.
Fuck you, Robin Williams. You ever watch this? Dude, have you ever watched a stand-up? You will never watch it twice. I fucking promise you that.
Really?
Dog shit, man. He just fucking runs around and fucking like this the whole time, and it's not fucking funny. He's just so fucking annoying with what he does. So, fuck you, Robin Williams. I think I brought this up before. Unless you want to give away an hour of your life for no good fucking reason, do not watch the Ken Jeong 1 hour long special that's on Netflix.
Oh, that guy's horrible.
Dude, it's the worst. He's funny for 3 minutes of the entire thing, and it's when he's fucking playing Leslie fucking Chow. That's the only time he's funny. You know? Like, see? I knew that you know exactly what that was from that, but fuck him. He fucking sucks other than that. I already mentioned Joe Rogan. Sorry. Jim Gaffigan. I just don't understand. It's Jim Gaffigan. I mean, it's so weird. Like,
stupid.
Fucking hate Jim Gaffigan. I know that my daughter Kenzie right now is like, you're a terrible fucking human being, because she loves him, but I can't fucking listen to him. He drives me fucking crazy. I don't give a shit if you have a penis or a vagina. You can be funny either way, and there are some hilarious fucking women in the history of fucking comedy. Amy Schumer ain't one of them. She's fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. I can't fucking watch Amy fucking Schumer. She is to overacting while on a comedy stage to what Ace Ventura is to overacting fucking period. Cannot watch it. Seriously. It's the worst thing ever. You know? Fuck her. Can't fucking stand her. Sorry.
I don't have an opinion. I haven't seen her.
Really?
You don't have for the LeBron movie. Wasn't it the LeBron movie? She's in it? Yeah.
She's an asshole and everything she's in. Doesn't fucking matter. Probably the biggest letdown of all time was when Bob Saget, America's favorite dad on Full House, came back to comedy, and he did a 1 hour Netflix special, and it fucking blew
chunks.
It was so bad. I would have rather watched Joey Gladstone for fucking, 2 hours. Fucking do that. Just cut it out.
You would have rather watched Jay and Silent Bob for 2 hours.
Yes.
Because only one of them's talking.
Yeah, and then probably a lot of you won't know who this person is, but he was huge for 5 minutes in the 90s. It's fucking Bobcat Goldthwait. You remember Bobcat
Now,
Goldthwait?
he was funny for like 5 seconds.
You couldn't understand a word he was fucking saying. He was in a movie called Hot to Trot with Dabney Coleman, of all people.
Wasn't his character off of a movie? He turned that into then a act? Maybe, maybe not.
I don't fucking know. All I know is that I couldn't fucking stand him. At the end of the day,
it was
he
like,
fucking sucks.
It was like he was constipated trying to talk.
Right. One person
Easy for me to say.
One person on the love list, just as far as like stand-up comedy goes, fucking Dane Cook.
Yes.
I can watch Dane Cook. I've seen every one of his specials. I laugh my ass off.
I've seen a couple of them.
Every fucking time. The one,
I guess that dude is a major dick, though.
that's what they say. I don't know. Speaking of that, but
So was Ty Cobb. Who fucking cares?
right, so is Tiger Woods. I mean, some guys just are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, as far as stand-up comedians, that's about all I got here and there.
Hey, interject quite quickly.
Warbucks interrupts.
How do you feel about Tiger Woods winning the majors again?
You mean the Masters?
Yeah, that one. One of the majors. The Masters. Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with it. Like,
I mean, did you know what was going on? Were you pulling for him, or did you not give a fuck?
I watched the whole thing. I'm a Phil fan. Like, I'm a huge Phil fan. Phil Mickelson has been my favorite golfer for years. So, once Phil was out of it, to me, I was completely fine with seeing Tiger win it. I don't hate a redemption story. I mean, I feel like we are at a point in society, not to get too heavy and over the top, but the road to redemption is very, very tough these days. If you fuck some shit up in this world, I'm sorry, it doesn't fix anything.
Nope.
So, like, you got to take the long, hard, several years road back.
Sure.
And he went through multiple. It wasn't even just like he fucked up his life with, antidepressants and pain pills, and
He fucked up his life pretty good on his own.
But what I'm saying is, he had fucking back problems, knee problems. I mean, a couple years ago, he said he would never play golf again.
What am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Back problems, knee problems. Not prostitutes. It was
Just different girlfriends.
The
and
porno
shit.
girls.
Yeah.
The porno girl problem.
Right. But however you want to slice it, at the end of the day, the guy had the surgeries, came back, got his shit back together in his personal life, translated into playing a fantastic 4 days of golf to win that tournament. And it's the tournament to win, but it was great. I was actually happy to see it.
Good.
So
Good.
That being said, I hope he never catches Jack Nicklaus.
It kind of reminded me of
Columbus, Ohio.
I mean, I don't know if the ages were even close. I think Jack was a little bit older when he had that big comeback in Augusta.
46.
Yeah.
Tiger's 41.
Right. But it kind of reminded me of that a little bit.
Sure.
All right, so let's pause for a minute. Let's get into today's harp.
Okay.
Are you ready to roll, or you want me to hit this?
I don't remember who went first last time.
Doesn't matter. We're starting it's a brand new day.
Yeah. If you're easily offended, go ahead and turn this up a couple notches, because I've got what you need today to be mad at me.
All right, so I'm going to start with today's harp.
God damn, I was about to lead into a harp.
This is the moment of the show where we just kind of let it rip on groups, people, whoever the fuck we just can't stand at the moment. You could be a driver. You could be anybody in our fucking way. It doesn't matter. For me today, the new client or the person that's got way too much fucking shit to do that decides to go through the pharmacy drive-thru line and make me wait 30 to 40 minutes because they should have went in the goddamn front door and parked their ass in front of the clerk and done their business inside. Newsflash, motherfuckers, the drive-thru is a convenience option for people that don't have a lot to do. You get up in there.
I mean, for people that don't have all day to fucking wait.
That's what I mean.
You said for people that don't have a lot to do. If
At
you don't have a lot to do, then going to the pharmacy is a big thing.
No. You're twisting it. The people that don't have a lot to do at the window, they're picking up 1 or 2 prescriptions and they're moving on. It should take 5 to 10 minutes per car, max. When I'm sitting in the car and it's been 30 minutes, you should have went inside.
I won't disagree with that. It's fucking annoying.
Fuck off, if that's you.
So are you saying just that particular drive-thru, or rude motherfuckers at drive-thrus in general?
No. Today's harp, or this episode's harp for me, is the pharmacy drive-thru.
All right.
I may elaborate on other drive-thrus later.
At a later date and time.
But this one is the pharmacy.
Yeah.
You got to pick your spots, people. Go inside if you've got a lot to do. Have courtesy for the brothers behind you, brothers in arms.
Well, that was a pretty good segue into my harp without even knowing it. When you say that's a pretty good shot. So there was a fucking dog. A fucking dog.
A dag?
A fucking dog.
Was he at the pack?
No. He was in somebody's pack.
Packing spat?
He was somewhere here in Northeast Ohio. Again, we try to protect the innocent or people that can sue us by the conversations that we have. But, so this fucking dog takes off out of his owner's yard.
Fuck.
He's gone. He's gone for 2 days. Shows back up with a fucking arrow in his ass.
Fuck.
So that dog's had a rough fucking couple days. And right now I can hear, oh, poor Fido. Fucking, who would ever fucking do that? It's so fucking sad. You know what? Fuck you. So my harp is his fucking owners.
Are you fucking over the dog?
The dog is being a fucking dog. You're going to let the dog out and give it a chance to fucking run and go run free and go do stupid dog things? That's on you. The fucking owners of that dog should be fucking shot in the ass with a fucking arrow. Because I can tell you exactly what happened. I can tell you exactly.
Was the dog raiding the chicken coop?
No. The dog was out running around on people's fucking property that are out fucking turkey hunting because we're into fucking turkey season.
Oh, so this was recent.
This was like 2 days ago.
Woo!
So that's what you got, is you got people that spend their downtime, their hard-earned money to pay the state of Ohio for the right to be able to turkey hunt on their own property, and you got a fucking dog coming through. You know what that fucking dog's doing? Chasing every fucking deer and turkey it can find. Do you know why?
Because it's fun.
Because it's a fucking dog.
Because it's fun for the fucking
So
dog.
to the fucking owners of that dog that are wanting fucking tears from everybody, what kind of a human being would shoot a dog? The type of person that puts money into their property and into their sport, and they don't want it fucked up by a dog because you're a shitty owner. So you know what? Fuck you and fuck your dog for being fucking shitty with the fucking owners.
Well, don't fuck your dog, but you know.
I'm
you
just
know
saying.
what he meant.
Just saying. Don't fucking feel bad for that dog. Feel bad for that dog because of its owners.
Okay.
Fuck them.
All right.
All right.
Well, you know.
See, now we need a little
Let's get
comedy.
down to brass tacks, gentlemen.
Really?
Let me get down to brass tacks.
Oh,
We had to bring Saul in. That's the first time Saul has made it up.
fucking Jimmy McGill.
You want to hear it one more time?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Do it.
Let me get down to brass tacks.
Yeah. Woo.
If you don't know, it's Saul Goodman
Yeah.
from Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
and
Or from Better Call Saul,
that's right.
where his name isn't Saul. Well, his name actually just became Saul Goodman on the show. His real name was Jimmy McGill. You know?
Okay.
But Saul Goodman came from what saying? It's all good, man.
It's all good, man.
Right?
Now, the thing is, newsflash for those that we haven't talked about sitcoms and Netflix shows. I finally have embraced the Breaking Bad. Jake's high-fiving me over. He's waiting for me to get done with it so we can talk about
So exciting.
it. And I think I'm on season 3 out of 5, so it's going good.
5.
Is it only season 5?
I think it's 6 or 7.
Even fucking better.
Gets better as it goes.
Right on.
You'll love it. So, cruising right along, let's switch gears and go back into let's go back into comedy.
Yeah, so now
Let's keep it funny.
I'm sure we're going to miss some because I'm not sure how extensive our research was today. But this is where your comments come in. Put some down below here.
Yeah.
Down below there. Put some comments and tell us what we've missed, but let's do some favorite comedy films.
Anything that has Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly in it has got to be
Oh, yeah.
right at the top of our fucking list.
Yes.
At least for me. Dude, I've even seen the new Holmes and Watson movie. Dude, even it's fucking funny if you like those guys. They literally had reviews saying it was the worst movie ever made.
That means, for me, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Fucking hilarious. Every fucking bit of it. So I love Step Brothers. I love Talladega Nights. They're
Boom.
both probably, no, not probably. Those two are definitely in my all-time comedy fucking top 10. Step Brothers might be in my all-time movie top 10. I love Step Brothers. It's so fucking ridiculous how much I love that movie. From start to fucking
I have
finish.
to watch that again. I've only seen it once. I laughed my ass off the whole time.
Really?
And the only part that stuck in my mind that was like, because it was a shock factor.
Yeah.
Was it Will Ferrell that fucking played the drums with his fucking bag?
Yeah. He puts his nutsack on the drums. Ball hair?
All time, laughed my ass off, rolling on the floor, pause it because I don't want to miss the rest because I got to catch my breath.
That's what you took out of Step Brothers?
No, I'm talking shock factor.
Oh man. But like that's what you remember from the movie? Like you don't remember all the great one-liners from the movie?
There's a ton of them. I've only seen it once.
Man, boats and hose. You know? Uptown Girl, they only play mid-80s Joel.
Well, in the movie, they hated each other for a little while, and then all of a sudden they figured out they had better stand together.
Yeah. What's the one thing, though, that you might not remember it now until I say it, but when I do, you're going to be like, yeah, that everybody remembers from that movie. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. You know you can get t-shirts that say it's the Catalina wine mixer on it.
That's right.
And Catalina wine mixer fucking like helicopter rentals and shit. Fucking love it. Start to fucking finish.
Boom.
It just doesn't get any better. Fucking Talladega Nights, man. I feel like for people that even hate NASCAR, love Talladega Nights.
Absolutely.
It's fucking hilarious.
I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but it's fucking funny.
Right. Man.
We've actually been slinging back and forth some of these Talladega Nights one-liners in our own personal lives because we have emulated them in our fantasy baseball lives.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty good.
We worked the system to get ourselves into the same public league.
We snuck in the same public league. And
it's hard to do.
Jake's been trying to talk shit to me. And of course, we took the I'm El Diablo and he's the Magic Man.
That's right. Abracadabra, Holmes. Now you see me. Now you don't.
I'm a little confused by your tactics.
See? And to me, that's what makes a great comic movie is one that's quotable.
Right.
I don't want to be like, hey, did you see that movie? And it's funny, but then I can't tell anybody what's funny about it.
Like back in the day, you may not think this is that funny of a movie, but whether I loved it and it was also funny was Wayne's World.
Yeah.
But I could, at a moment's notice, back in the day, I could almost quote the movie the whole way through. It's just, I don't know. I agree with you.
All right. Yeah.
Wait up, guys. A Philip McKee's.
I do. I love that movie. And what's great about the movie is I don't think that Dana Carvey is universally funny, but I love him as Garth.
Right.
Now, Mike Myers, I fucking love. Now, he's in the Austin Powers movies,
yes,
which is one of my all-time favorite trilogies. When the first...
I have it down on my list.
There are 20,000 people that today will try to tell you they were at the game where Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points. I was part of the less than 1 million people that saw Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, in the fucking movie theater. It didn't get huge until it came out on fucking VHS and everybody could fucking watch it.
I don't think, I can't remember if I did. I probably did not, but...
Did not make it huge at the box office. It exploded afterwards, and then the second and third ones were massive.
But I will say this. I was such a Mike Myers fan.
Yeah.
At that time.
Sure.
That it could have happened.
Fuck, that movie's awesome.
Yeah.
The first one is easily my favorite.
So what are the names? The Man of Mystery. What's the second one?
Austin Powers 2?
It didn't have a...
I don't think so.
Because the third one was Goldmember.
Yeah.
There had to be a...
I don't think so.
All right, well, any of you watchers out there or listeners, throw us a bone if we missed that one.
Yeah, baby!
Yeah.
You can't help it. See, another one. It's super quotable from little things like that.
Yeah!
And then tell me that everybody doesn't quote fucking Dr. Evil. You just don't get it, do you, Scott?
What did he first say? It wasn't enough money. It wasn't 1 million. It was
he started
$100,000.
No, he started off with 1 million. They were like, ha ha, fine. Then he was like $100 billion because remember he was from the back in the day.
Yeah,
and he was in the future.
But
where $1 million 35 years later wasn't what it was. Then they were like, okay,
somebody throw me a bone,
right?
Yeah.
Good it's freaking freezing in here, Mr. Brigglesworth. I still throw that out there if it's fucking cold outside. I love to throw that one out there.
Right, what else do I got? I got
I don't know, throw it at me.
I had Austin Power Anchorman.
Again, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
What's your lead? Do you have a least favorite Will Ferrell movie? I'll wait.
No. And matter of fact, I am late on one. Did you ever see the one with him and the other girl from Saturday Night Live with the casino? Is it called Casino Night or something?
No, it's fucking hilarious. It's called The House.
The House.
Yeah.
It's been on my short list to watch. And
yeah.
Haven't got there yet.
It's fucking great.
Fuck.
Same shit, different day for fucking Will Ferrell.
I'm going to say all the Naked Guns.
Leslie Nielsen, huh?
The vacation movies.
All of them?
I mean, they all have their moments. Maybe they're not all amazing.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you a quick funny story about the vacation movies?
Sure.
So everybody, I think most of us probably saw Christmas Vacation first. People that are around my age.
Not me. It was the one with the moose.
So you saw the original National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah.
Okay. The one that nobody's seen until the middle weird someplace is European Vacation.
No, I've seen that. I think I probably saw them all in order.
Weird fact about that movie. It hit that weird zone in the 80s to where like everything had a boob or two in it. So to where there's 2 different boob scenes in that movie, but it's actually rated PG-13. You show one boob today, like you're automatically R. Like, like right off the bat. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you know what? You could get away with so much more back then.
Right.
Because I think they were probably like, oh, well, it was tastefully done.
No, it wasn't tastefully done at all. It was in the name of comedy.
Yes. Yes.
So
I always thought that was funny, though, the vacation movies. Here you go, there's Clark. He's the dad. He's trying to be as cool as he
huge Bear
can.
fan, Clark Griswold.
Yeah. He's trying to be as cool as he can, but, as a dad, you can only be so cool. And then there's this Christy Brinkley that's, like, flirting with him, and he's just, like, don't know what to do.
Love Christy Brinkley. Christy Brinkley in a Corvette is a good time.
That's a good time. Or Christy Brinkley in a pool.
Pardon my ginormous bottle opener.
Holy fuck, why?
I know. I love this thing. Thank you to my buddy Rick Rodinger.
Don't cut a finger off.
I'm sorry. I don't even know how big of a bottle this could open, but I'm going to find out as the shows go on.
Ooh,
So
we should see.
again, thanks to our buddy Rick Rodinger for throwing us a giant ass bottle
He could be
opener
one of
for the
my
show.
long lost cousins.
Rick Rodinger?
Similar last names.
I mean, it could have been changed, if you came over on the boat and they changed it on the way over.
Maybe one of the long-time descendants had like a speech problem, or was really drunk.
Maybe. I do love Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Yes.
Did I mention that?
No, you said you were actually dogging some of the Ace Ventura movies a minute ago.
I don't believe that that's true. I love Ace
You were
Ventura.
saying they were over the top obnoxious.
I didn't say that that's not true, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying the original, the first Ace Ventura, is fucking great.
I think all those. I'm going to say all those Jim Carrey movies that were like back to back to back to back. What was the other one? Mask. That was funny.
That's the one I hated.
Well, I mean, but it wasn't as good. There was another one in there.
Smoking.
Smoking.
Liar, Liar.
Maybe.
Love Liar, Liar.
Liar Liar was good.
Where he plays
Jim Carrey's he's the things he can do with his face and his like even when he's the Grinch, it's fabulous.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna come back to him though because when we get to the third,
He could be
part-
the fourth head.
No,
You don't think?
no fucking way,
No way.
dude. If you're gonna consider him for the fourth head, then it's gonna be Bill fucking Murray. There's no fucking way you're putting Jim Carrey on the fucking major 4 on the Mount Rushmore of comedy if you're not putting fucking Bill Murray on there. No fucking way, dude. If you're not, I would put Will Ferrell above him. I would pick Chris Farley above him. There's so many people, but fuck you, David
Okay.
Spade. I would not put David Spade above him.
Well, David Spade does. He's like the who was that guy that was always on Saturday Night Live and he was always Tim Meadows. He's the Tim Meadows of comedy. It's like Tim Meadows. I felt so bad for that guy. It's like for a 10 or 15 year stretch, it was always and what was the end thing at the very end? And also, it wasn't
Starring.
It wasn't special guest. It was
Starring. Like that was what they had.
no. There was starring. Everybody was starring. It was Adam Sandler. Yada. Will Ferrell. And then it was also
like with Tim Meadows.
It was like, why couldn't he be one of the people?
I don't know.
I felt so bad for that guy.
Yeah, I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah.
Love Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman's hard to go wrong with.
What about Coming to America? That's a good Eddie Murphy movie. Did you like that?
Name the worst Eddie Murphy movie you've ever seen. Oh, no such thing.
Yeah, probably true.
I love the Revenge of the Nerds movies.
Yes.
I also love the Beverly Hills Cop movies. And I love the Police Academy movies. So let's go all 80s, all in. I love those 3 fucking sets of movies.
Revenge of the Nerds. Oh, there was a couple other ones that came out about that time. Like for me, I was like not allowed to watch them unless you were over at that.
Oh,
one.
dude, the original Revenge of the Nerds.
Unless you were over at that one friend's house that had Showtime and his parents went to bed early.
Right.
Then you're like, oh, we get to watch Revenge of the Nerds. Was it Animal House? Probably was in that
Hell,
group.
fucking Animal House was a little before that, but it's the same genre.
And there's another one I'm losing it, but in that area that it was like it was a little bit risque, but it was really funny.
Yeah.
And it was way too mature for me at that time.
Still fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was good.
So,
Oh,
I'd say we're still talking about
Oh!
comedy movies.
any Cheech and Chong movie. Did you ever watch the Cheech and Chong movies?
Yeah, I've seen Up and Smoke probably 30 times.
That's some good fucking shit.
Still smoking. Like,
Not truly the funniest shit ever, but you still find yourself enjoying yourself and laughing.
Oh man, when he's in the sidecar with Strawberry fucking driving, like, oh no, man, Strawberry's having a flashback, man. Like, remember when he fucking went back to Vietnam and was then that's the same one where like the nuns get pulled over with the weed
Yeah.
car.
It was the weed van.
Yeah.
It was fucking the tailpipe was
Was smoking. Oh man, that movie's fucking. I love Cheech and Chong. You can't go wrong with those guys.
No, fucking funny. Tommy Chung, man.
Way to go him for even making it onto like that '70s show though, because he was still funny on that show.
The guy's funny.
Yeah,
Of course, he's always stoned, so you're bound to say a few funny things when you're high all the time.
sure. Can't really hate on that. Seth Rogen. I love Seth Rogen movies. Pineapple Express, Knocked Up, the Neighbors.
Mm-hmm. That was good. I didn't see the second one.
The End of the World. Zach and Miri make a porno. Dude, if you ever get a chance to see Zach and Miri make a fucking porno, have you seen it?
No.
Holy shit. You will laugh your ass off the whole way through that movie.
Good shit, huh?
Suck my cockachino.
What about the Hangover movies? Did you like those?
Dude, we just talked about these in a recent show. One of the
Well, it wasn't too recent.
one of the
We're
greatest
time traveling here.
one of the greatest sets of shows of all time, sets of movies of all time. But I love Bradley Cooper. That dude doesn't make bad movies at all.
And Zach Galifianakis, he's pretty fucking funny.
He is. And who's the guy that plays the dentist in that movie? You can see his face plain as day. He was in The Office for a long time. Oh. Is his name Stan? Is his name Stan in the movie?
Oh, the guy that ends up losing his teeth and shit.
He pulls his own tooth out.
Yeah.
And he married Heather Graham
Yeah.
in the first one, and then at the end of the last one, they're actually still in it.
I think I've only seen the first one. I got to get caught up.
What?
Life of a Family Man.
Dude,
it happens.
John Goodman is in the third one.
Don't tell my wife that. She fucking hates Fred Flintstone.
John Goodman is also in the original Revenge of the Nerds.
Wow.
That just happened.
Wow.
He actually plays the coach in that movie. Most people don't fucking realize that.
Well, we're going to have to get moving here.
All right, then let's
All
get
right,
moving.
Let's get down to the gallows pole.
You want me to go first or you want to?
I'm going to go first because this is just a no-brainer and it doesn't need any explanation. Kim Jong-un. Kill that motherfucker right now. Can somebody just put him under the guillotine and whack?
Really?
Why not?
I mean, I don't know. I'm asking.
You want to
I'm
keep
asking
him
why.
alive?
I'm asking why.
Why do you want to keep...
I mean, killing 4 dignitaries is usually a bad look. So I'm asking...
Cut the head off of the snake.
Do you think that the rest of Asia is going to fall because of that?
They're going to have to do some...
It could be somebody else is going to step in from him. It's going to be Kim Jong-un next. I mean...
Could be Uno. Hey, right now, he's on my list.
Really?
Yes.
Just like that. Just Kim Jong.
See ya. Pip, pip.
No. Sorry, I can't follow.
And I want to do the inverted gallows or the inverted guillotine where he's watching it come down. I just really like halfway slow and then wow.
Do you want to do the pie in the face version?
Like,
you ever seen the pie in the face game?
yeah.
Where like you have to spin and it's how many times you got to push the button. And so like if you land on 3, you got to push the button 3 times and you hope that it doesn't hit you. And if it doesn't hit you, then you pass it to the next
And there's
person.
another one where you're competing with your friend. Well, wouldn't that be great? Kim Jong-un and his number 1 advisor or whoever is like his right-hand man, where they both have to hit the paddle as hard as they can to see who's...
You're talking about Smithers? Like whoever his Smithers is?
Yeah. So, you know, Kim Jong-un probably doesn't hardly lift a fucking finger. He looks like he doesn't. So you figure he's probably, the guy, his right-hand man, is probably going to be able to keep up.
Probably. Although if he's his right-hand man, he might be a little tired.
Oh, but
Too soon?
all right. What about you?
Sorry, mine's going to take a little bit more explaining than that. I try to go with real people in real scenarios in these United States. I think about our listeners too in a way that I want to make our country a better place. And the easiest way to do that is to save supporting this motherfucker in prison for the next 10 to fucking 30 years and just fucking being done with it. So that's my fucking thing.
Let's save some fucking tax dollars if you love our country.
That's
Come on.
what I'm saying. So this week we're going to be sending Tyrone Legrand to the fucking gallows. Now,
Who the fuck is that?
that's what most people are going to say. This motherfucker has the audacity to order 7 large pizzas. 7 large pizzas.
Okay.
He ain't even having a big party. There's like 3 people at his whole house.
Is he pranking people?
Nope. Orders 7 large pizzas. Pizza guy shows up, pays the pizza man with the tip. follows the pizza man back outside, fucking greases him.
Oof.
As he's fucking going down the road. He actually tried to rob him, and then he got back into his fucking car. The pizza man did, and tried to flee, and he shot him through the fucking window of the car while he was trying to fucking flee. So, grand total, the $70 that he had fucking given the guy, he got back, he had another fucking $28 on him. Less than $100 total dollars, and this guy's fucking gone. Leaves 3 kids and a wife behind.
Yeah, that's put him up there.
And this guy,
He can play paddle button with Kim Jong-un.
this motherfucker was incarcerated at the age of 12, and since the age of 18 has been considered a danger to society. So let's not fuck around with this guy anymore. Enough's a fucking enough. He got sentenced to 15 to life. 15 is his minimum sentence. So if he serves,
Why would you do that? Why would you be like, 15 to life? No, it should be 50 to life. Let's play the game.
I don't disagree. So
If you're going to kill somebody over chump change, you're a chump.
right,
The fuck out.
Not that $100 jump changed all of us, but I think any of us would have to agree $100 is not worth a human life.
No.
So
I don't even think $1 million is worth a human life.
Anybody gets him fucking in prison, I'm gonna tell you what, you're gonna get that random extra Benjamin at the commissary come Monday from me. I'm telling you, he's on the list now. I'm gonna follow the shit. I'm not putting a hit out on him. I'm not saying that. Like, they do whatever they got to do inside of those fucking prison walls. All I'm saying is, if it ends up that convicted fucking murderer of the pizza guy fucking ends up getting fucking shanked in prison, I'm gonna slide a little bit into that fucking commissary.
Right on.
So that's what I got for that.
Okay, well, let's wrap this show up with one more easy peasy here.
Easy peasy.
Let's get in perspective here. Let's get into the zone of if you and I were Hollywood stars. We're up and coming stars. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
And we were about to get we just got a script. It's a comedy.
Yeah.
You got the script. Who are you hoping that when you peel back that first page, it's going to say who the cast is? What other comics are you hoping to work with?
Rachel McAdams.
Okay, just that. That's
Yeah,
it. Boom, boom, shakalaka.
I don't care if it's me and Rachel McAdams in a phone booth for 2.5 hours. That's fine.
I'm not sure if I know who Rachel McAdams is.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Does our friendship mean nothing to you?
Maybe I know who she is.
Rachel McAdams. Have you ever seen The Notebook?
No, I don't know.
Have you seen Southpaw?
I think I've seen Southpaw.
Have you seen The Wedding Crashers?
Yeah.
She's the girl that
Okay.
Owen Wilson ends up with.
Okay.
She's a brunette. She's in everything. Like, she's in everything amazing, by the way.
Is she a comedian?
No, I was trying to make a fucking joke, and they didn't even know who she was, so I fucking crashed and burned. So I have no alternative other than make it out like you're a complete fucking moron.
That's fine.
For not knowing who she is.
I'll take the moron truck.
Fuck. No. Comedian that I would love to fucking work with.
You're flipping it back. Who are you hoping? You know it's going to be some funny people in this movie. Who are you hoping is going to be on the docket?
To me, there's more than one reason to have an answer to this question. Because the simple answer for me is I'm gonna say Kevin Hart, because I know that movie's gonna be worth fucking $100 million.
That movie's going to be dog shit.
I'm gonna get fucking paid just for fucking being on screen with Kevin. Dude, he don't do a movie that doesn't make money.
Yes, okay, it might make money, but let's go. We want this to be a legendary, like never forgotten. Not one of these, The Rock and Kevin Hart, and it's not funny. No, we want something good. Who are you going to work with? Kevin Hart?
I mean, I'm probably gonna work with Will Ferrell. I mean, I know
Yeah?
that's an easy answer because we've been talking
I've
about it the whole
got three.
time, but
I've got three.
if you say Jim Carrey, it's gonna hurt our friendship. I'm
Adam
not gonna lie.
Sandler, Dave Chappelle, and Will Ferrell.
Okay.
Those are my three.
I'm good with all that. Anybody but fucking Jim Carrey. If you can see the documentary that's called
You're not going to say you're going to bring
that's
Chris
called-
Farley back from the dead and work with him?
oh, we're allowed to do anybody all time?
Sure.
Well, if they're already fucking dead,
Well, they're not dead when you're working with them.
well then Chris Farley, Richard Pryor are fucking number 1 and number 2.
Okay.
Like, that's not even close.
Because afterwards there's going to be a smoking party.
I don't even care if it's a fucking party. Those guys are just fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Seriously, man. I didn't know that we were doing fucking all-time comedians.
It's a podcast. We can do whatever we want.
That's fucking true. I guess you just should have explained it better. I'm making Rachel McAdams jokes, and you're bringing fucking people back from the dead. The fuck is going on here?
That's right.
Damn it. I feel like that's a comedy waiting to fucking happen.
Booyah.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So that's exactly who I would work with. I would work with Chris Farley, Richard Pryor, and Rachel McAdams.
Okay. That's good.
Because she's funny.
Okay.
For no other reason at all.
All
She
right.
makes me laugh.
Makes me feel all warm inside.
Amy Smart is actually pretty funny, though.
Warm and fuzzy.
Amy Schumer's not. Just to fucking throw one more fuck you to Amy Schumer. Sorry.
Fuck off!
Right, that's all we got.
I'm just backing him up. It's like, yeah, Spike, yeah.
So I feel like I need to go watch a fucking comedy movie now. I need something to laugh at, so maybe I'll look and see if there's anything new
Okay.
coming out.
All right. Well, that's about it.
Yeah. So I'm going to throw one more out there. The most underrated comedian of all time is Mark Wahlberg.
Actually, it's very true. I was thinking about him. Oh, and I forgot that movie.
His comedy.
Favorite comedy films, probably one of my top 10 is definitely Ted. Fucking movie made me laugh from start to fucking finish.
So great. I love it so
and
much.
it's a goddamn stuffed animal.
That's right. So if you guys are sitting home bored tonight, grab a comedy, jump on in, have a good time with the fam. Let's do it.
That's right.
That's all I got for tonight.
Pip, pip.
Cheerio then.